going to need a Pilates ball for this class, and we're going to start lying down. So come down on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. And just have your Pilates ball to hand for when we need it. But bring your feet hip distance apart and parallel. And they don't want to be right underneath your knees, but they don't want to be too far away either. And you're just going to take a couple of moments just to settle on your mat and just arrive on your mat and in your body. And then just starting to pay attention to your breath and how you're breathing. So just noticing your breathing, not trying to change it at the moment, but just noticing how it feels. Whether it's quick or slow, in the chest or in the belly, whether it's shallow. So just noticing how you're breathing. And our breath can be a really good indication of kind of how we are in that moment. So if you're shallow breathing, maybe it's been a stressful day, you're breathing nice and slowly, maybe you've had a calm start to the day, but just noticing. Lovely. And then let's just start to lengthen the breath. So we're coming more into our hypopressive breathing now. So we're starting to lengthen the inhale roughly to about the count of 3. And then our exhale is double the length of the inhale. So go with your own breathing pattern. So if you're 3 on the inhale, 4 on the inhale, that's fine. Just make your exhale twice as long. If you're 2 on the inhale, also fine. Make your exhale twice as long, but we want to try and start lengthening that inhale and that exhale so that we're coming more into our parasympathetic nervous system, into that rest and restore. And so starting to breathe all the way around the ribs, this nice lateral breathing, which spreads the pressure around the rib cage, around the system. So really thinking about a visualization to help the ribs expand. Maybe that's an umbrella opening, a shell, a butterfly. Maybe it's just the 2 sides of the ribs that you visualize moving away from each other and creating space in between those ribs. So just starting to bring in a visualization to help the muscles move more effectively. And just letting that exhale come out through the mouth. We're lengthening the exhale. Nice soft passive exhale, no forcing. So we're not over engaging the core to exhale. Really nice. Just keep breathing. Knowing that this breath work, this lateral breathing, it's really good for releasing tension in the pelvic floor, getting the diaphragm to work fully, so that all those other connecting muscles can work and fascia can work more fully as well. Nice. And then we're going to come into some pelvic tilt. So just noticing where your posture's at the moment. Don't change it, but just notice how you've landed on the mat. See if you can get your hands underneath your lower back, seeing if there's a little gap. Maybe there's a big gap, maybe there's no gap and your back is flat. So just noticing what's there. And now thinking about your pelvis as a clock, and you've got 6 o'clock down towards your feet, 12 o'clock up towards your head, and we're just going to start tilting the pelvis between those 2 numbers, so forwards and backwards, and we're just mobilizing the pelvis, getting it to work more in its full range, so that if you have come into one of those positions, flat back or overly arched, we're giving the pelvis a little bit more movement, freedom and choice of where to sit at the end of it. Nice. Lovely. And you can start marrying this movement with the breath. So as we come down towards the feet, we can inhale. As we tilt the pelvis up towards the head, we can exhale. So the breath and the movement have the same impact on the pelvic floor. So we're lengthening as we go down towards our feet, and we are shortening those pelvic floor muscles as we draw the pelvis up towards our head and exhale. Lovely. Keep doing that. Couple more in each direction, and then we're going to find the midpoint on that clock. So finding your middle point, checking underneath the lower back with the hands, and hopefully you've got a nice gap underneath so you can almost get the hands to meet, but not quite, so it's not a massive gap and the back certainly isn't flat on the floor. Then grab your Pilates ball, just pop it in between your thighs, and we're going to do some pelvic tilts with the ball, and we're going to start squeezing and releasing on the ball. So as we tilt the pelvis down towards the feet, we release on the ball. As we tilt the pelvis up towards the head, we squeeze on the ball. Inhale, pelvis tilts towards the feet. Exhale, squeezing on the ball as the pelvis tilts towards the head. Nice. So we're just getting on that exhale and that squeezing on that ball. We're just getting a little bit more deep core activation, more pelvic floor activation, more inner thigh activation. So we get those systems working together, or those muscles working together. Lovely. Great. And now we're going to come into our hypopressives breathing with that. So start off in the centre. We're going to inhale down towards the feet, exhale up towards the head. We will then reset the pelvis and do the apnea with pelvis in neutral. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, pelvis tilts towards the feet. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball, pelvis tilts towards the head. Inhale, soften on the ball, pelvis down towards the feet. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball as the pelvis comes up towards the head. Inhale, we soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on that ball. We're going to hold the breath out, pause, reset the pelvis first, and then open your ribs. And keep squeezing on that ball. So go at about 40% squeeze on the ball. So we're not super tense, but we've got that activation. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Really nice. We're going to keep the ball in between the thighs, and we're going to bring the legs into Demeter legs. So bring the feet further away from the body, dorsiflex the feet, draw those heels back towards you without moving them. Check the pelvis is in neutral, back of the ribs are on the floor. And then we're going to bring our hands into first. So thumbs down to the earth, round the big beach ball. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to squeeze and release with the ball. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, release on the ball. Exhale slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. Exhale softly and slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on that ball. We hold the breath out, pause, slowly start to open your ribs as slowly as you can. Might be a little bit harder to open the ribs with the activation of the core and the inner thighs with that squeezing on the ball. You might find you can feel more of a rib stretch, so just noticing what you can feel and then breathing in when you're ready. Lovely. And then bring the ball in between the hands. So essentially bringing our hands into our second arm position. Our hands are coming above the chest. And elbows are out to the side. We're getting that spread of the shoulder blades. And then we're going to inhale, soften on the ball. And exhale, squeeze with the hands around the ball. Inhale, soften. And slowly exhale through the mouth as you're squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold the breath out, pause, and then slowly open your ribs here. Keep that pressure on the ball. Lovely, holding it here for as long as you can. Keep those feet and legs engaged. Breathing in when you're ready. And then we're going to roll over onto our side, bring ourselves up into a seated position. So we're going to come into Hestia with legs extended. So going to bring your feet out in front of you. Still got a slight bend in the knees with dorsiflexing the ankles and drawing the heels back towards us. Bring the ball in between the thighs. Let's bring the hands into our first arm position. So round that big beach ball. Think about elbows nudging into resistance. Out to the side, shoulder blades spreading. We're listening to that conversation behind us. So we haven't got that forward jutting of the head. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale into the ribs, ribs expanding, releasing on the ball. Exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release and soften. And exhaling softly and slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Crown of the head reaches up. Inhale, release and soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold your breath out, pause, slowly open your ribs. Lovely, holding it here for as long as you can. Crown of the head reaching up, listen to that conversation behind you. Breathing in when you're ready. Great, bring the ball between the hands again. And sit up nice and tall on those sit bones. So we're stacking through the spine from the sit bones all the way up, rib cage over pelvis. Listen to that conversation behind you. Keep your elbows up, but keep your shoulders down. And we're going to inhale, soften on the ball. And exhale slowly through the mouth as you're squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. And exhaling softly and slowly through the mouth, squeezing on that ball. Inhale, soften. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on that ball. Hold the breath out, pause, slowly open the ribs. Squeezing on your ball, 40%. Breathing in whenever you're ready. Lovely. Now we're going to come into our all fours position, so our Gaia position. So bring the ball in between the thighs. Going to set up in Gaia, hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Lovely. Elbows are slightly bent and we're drawing the mat apart with the hands, so we get that nice activation of the shoulder girdle. And think about the floor being boiling hot, so you're almost like drawing away from the floor rather than dumping down too much into the hands. Toes are tucked under, heels drawing towards the back of the mat. We're going to squeeze and release. Well, release and squeeze. So we inhale into the ribs, softening on the ball. Exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale into the ribs, we're softening. Exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on that ball. Inhale, soften and release. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on your ball. Hold your breath out, pause, slowly open your ribs. Keep squeezing on the ball at about 40%, drawing the body away from the floor, spreading the mat apart with the hands. Really nice, holding it here, and then breathing in whenever you're ready. Great. So now we're going to go into some rocking. So we're going to release on the ball as we come back and open up those sit bones, and then squeeze on the ball as we come forwards. And then we'll end up forwards for our apnea, and we'll keep squeezing on that ball. So start with that softness on the ball, and we're going to inhale, rock back, push into the hands and the arms to rock you back. Exhale, squeezing on the ball, using the hands to draw you forward again. Inhale, soften on the ball, rocking back, push into those hands. And exhale, squeezing on the ball to come forward. As you inhale and come back, keep those sit bones shining towards the back wall. Don't want them tucking under. Exhale, squeezing on the ball to come forwards. Hold your breath out, pause, slowly open the ribs. And then if you want some extra challenge for the pelvic floor, you can keep that apnea and you can rock back. So we're opening those sit bones, spreading, lengthening those muscles whilst keeping that engagement. Lovely. Breathing in when you're ready, and then coming back to centre. And then we're going to bring the elbows down onto the floor, replacing the hands with the elbows, bringing the arms out into our Sphinx arms, coming into our Maya position. Spread the mat apart with your forearms so you get that nice spreading of the shoulder blades. Take the gaze through the space in between the elbows, back towards the thighs. We're going to do the same. Inhale, soften, exhale to squeeze. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, soften, 2, 3. Exhale, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, soften and squeeze, release, sorry. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold your breath out, pause, slowly open those ribs. Keep squeezing on the ball. Lovely, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in when you're ready. Great, we're going to come into Isis now, so bring the hands together in the centre, elbows walk out towards the side, and then we lightly rest our forehead just behind our hands. If you find that your shoulders collapse here and drawing towards each other, we can modify this pose by bringing the hands in line with the elbows and placing the head onto the hands, so we're much more active in that shoulder girdle. Nice, so go with which option suits your body. And again, we're going to squeeze and release. So when you're ready, we're inhaling, releasing on the ball. And exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. And exhale softly and slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold the breath out, pause, slowly open the ribs. Lovely, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in when you're ready. We're going to sit back onto the heels now. Get a nice stretch out through that plantar fascia in the soles of the feet. Just taking a couple of moments here. Just do a couple of lateral breaths all the way around the ribs. Lovely. And then we're going to bring the hands in front of the knees and you're going to come back, coming into a forward fold, taking as much of a bend in the knees as you can. Keep that ball there if you can. And take a couple of breaths here in the forward fold. And then inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, coming up to standing. Lovely. So we've still got the ball there. We're going to come into our Athena position with the ball. So feet are hip distance apart and parallel, spreading out through all parts of the feet. Knees are slightly soft, pelvis neutral, ribs are stacked on top, shoulders on top of that, head on top of that. Going to bring that slight lean forward in onto the front of the feet, but keep the toes soft, but the heels down on the floor. Bring the hands into our first arm position, thumbs down to the earth, round that big beach ball. And we're going to squeeze, we're going to inhale, release, exhale to squeeze. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, release on the ball. Exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. Exhaling softly and slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeezing on the ball. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. Lengthen through the spine. Hold the breath out. Pause. Slowly open the ribs. Really nice. Start bringing the arms all the way up into your third arm position if you want a little bit more lift. Lovely. And then you can extend them out into Venus arms. So bringing the palms facing forward, arms are in front of the body, elbows slightly bent, shoulder blades spreading. Keeping that balance forwards, breathing in whenever you're ready. Lovely. Really nice. Shaking the arms off. Going to bring the ball in between the hands now, bringing your hands into that second arm position, elbows out to the side. Balance point is still forward, knees aren't locked out. Listen to that conversation behind you. We're going to inhale, soften on the ball. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, growing tall through the spine, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold the breath out, pause, slowly open your ribs as slow as you can. Crown of the head reaching up, we're elongating through the spine. Heels drawing down, crown of the head drawing up. We've got this opposite action with the head and the heels. So we're getting this myofascial stretching through the system, through the chains. Nice. Inhale when you're ready. And then we're going to bring the ball in between the thighs again. And we're going to come into our rocking. So with our rocking, we start with arms in Athena. We rock back, arms come into Venus. They come back into Athena, and then they go into T. Nice. So we just want to make sure that we've got integrity through the arms as we bring them back and forward. So we're not flinging them back. We're keeping that tensioning through the muscle chains. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, rock back, arms open into a low V. Exhale slowly through the mouth, arms come back into first. Inhale, rock back, soften on the ball, arms to a T. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball, arms into second. Inhale, rock back, arms high V, soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth, arms into third, squeezing on the ball, holding the breath out, pausing, and then slowly open the ribs. Drop the shoulders down, keep the hands as high as the hairline. Spread the shoulder blades away from each other. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Lovely. Shake the arms off. We're going to come into our Artemis position now. To keep the ball there, we're going to bring the pinky fingers into that hip crease. We're going to lift up and over those pinkies, lengthening through the spine. Making sure we're not sitting back with the bottom, we're sitting kind of forwards, heels and hands to the top of the thighs, knees are soft, not locked out, ears are far from the shoulders. We're looking about 1.5 meters in front of us. So we're going to inhale and soften and exhale and squeeze. So when you're ready, inhale, soften on the ball, exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften, 2, 3. Exhale, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, soften, 2, 3. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep squeezing on the ball, slowly open those ribs. Nice, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in when you're ready. Lovely. We're going to come down through in our hera through that cervical and thoracic and lumbar flexion while squeezing and releasing on the ball. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale into the ribs, softening on the ball. Exhale, squeeze, crown of the head reaches away, chin comes towards the chest. Inhale, soften as you breathe in. Exhale, squeeze, curling above the bra strap. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze, hands slide down, curling the lumbar, hold the breath out at the bottom. Slowly open your ribs. Shoulders should be kind of roughly in line with your hips. Breathing in here, whenever you're ready. Lovely. And then we're going to uncurl, come back up to standing. Great. Bring the ball in between the hands again. Nice. We're going to do our rocking with the ball in between the hands. So we're going to inhale, soften and rock back, and exhale, squeeze to come forwards. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, soften, rock back. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Balance point forward, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften, rock back. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, soften, rock back. Keep those elbows lifted. Exhaling slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball, crown of the head reaches up. Hold the breath out, pause, slowly open those ribs. Really nice, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Lovely, we'll go for 2 more poses. So we're going to come into our Freya position now. Let's keep this tensioning on the ball in the hands. So you're going to come into Athena standing, so all the postural principles apply. We're going to step forward with the right foot first. So you're going to inhale, soften, exhale, squeeze on the ball, step forward with the right foot, feet face forward, hips face forward, front knee over front ankle. We're going to inhale, soften, and as we exhale and squeeze on the ball, we're going to tip our upper body so we line the rib cage up with the pelvis. We inhale, soften on the ball. Exhale, squeeze on the ball. Hold your breath out. Pause, slowly open the ribs. Keep those elbows lifted. Should have that nice line from the back heel all the way through the body. Holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in when you're ready. Nice, stepping back. We're going to go for the same on the other side. So keep those elbows lifted, shoulder blades spreading. We're going to step forward with the left foot. So we inhale, soften. On the exhale, squeeze on the ball. Small step forward with the left foot. Front knee over front ankle. Feet face forward, hips face forwards. Inhale, soften. Exhale, squeeze as we tip the upper body forward, lining the rib cage up with the pelvis. We inhale, soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Hold your breath out, pause, slowly open the ribs. Holding it here, keep those elbows lifted, shoulder blades spreading. Lovely, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in when you're ready. Really nice. We can place the ball down and we'll just do a little cool down. So we're going to inhale the arms up. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand as we exhale over to the left hand side. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Make sure you haven't flared the ribs. So nice big breath from the armpit all the way down to the hip. Lovely. On the next inhale, we're going to come back up to centre, take the other wrist with the hand, and then exhale over to the other side. Lovely. Taking some breaths here as you reach that hand over to the right, getting that length through the left hand side, breathing from the armpit all the way down to the hip. Lovely. And then coming back up to centre. Let's just take some circles with the arms, so circling them round behind you. So inhale back. And then let's circle them forwards. I'm hitting all the plants in here. There we go. Fab. And we are all done.